Hello YouTube. So I'm making this video about cleansing detox drink that helps the liver and the kidneys. And as always, this is not medical advice, so please consult your MD or your alternative healing practitioner. So I've talked in the past about a detoxing drink that helps with symptoms, and this is, by the way, for someone who has chronic disease. For me, this helps me with chronic Lyme and mold toxicity and fatigue issues. I used to suffer from chronic fatigue. I don't suffer from it anymore, but every once in a while there is a fatigue issue just from chronic Lyme or mold toxicity. So this drink helps with the liver and the kidneys, and the difference from the previous drink is in the previous drink I showed using vitamin C, ascorbic acid, and baking soda, which was 1 to half ratio, one half a teaspoon of vitamin C and 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. In this drink, I'm adding the malic acid, and this is a good supplement. And this is powder, by the way. I always like to use powders. You can use capsules, but powders are more, especially if you get it from a clean source, it's better than the capsules. And malic acid is great for the liver. Whenever I drink this drink, I always feel the liver area being activated. So this is a great drink if you suffer from fatty liver, if you have liver issues. This is a great drink, especially with the malic acid. I also have glycine. Of course, you don't have to use all these. You can use just these three, the vitamin C, the baking soda, and the malic acid. If you add glycine, of course, is a detoxifier, amino acid, and it's very cleansing. It has other benefits, but for my purposes, I use it for cleansing and detoxifying. Niacin has multiple benefits, but from my purposes, I also use it for detoxifying and for opening up the channels for detoxification. Because when you take niacin dilates the veins, and it just helps the circulatory system move. So I use niacin. It's optional, and if you have fevers or if you get overheated due to a chronic illness, I advise not to use the niacin right away. Niacin can create a flush and can make you become very hot, and if you're already aggravated from the heat, and if you have liver issues that are activated or you're going through a Herx reaction, I'm not sure if the niacin is going to help because it can aggravate symptoms. So you can leave the niacin out. Another word of advice is if you use malic acid and if you have like fatty liver or liver issues, just be prepared that your liver might get activated. And if you start slow, I don't think it's a big deal, but if you use like big amounts, your liver might be activated, and what that means is you can experience irritation, you can experience just bad mood, you can experience feeling stagnant, feeling just feeling irritated in general, because the liver has to do with these emotions according to Chinese medicine. And from my experience, this is true. So you're going to become more irritated, you can become agitated, you can become irritated, you can even become angry. So just be careful when you use this protocol. It's good for the liver, but you have to go slow. With the malic acid, you can go 1/4 of a teaspoon, or it can be even less than that. It depends. You can go 1/8 of a teaspoon in the beginning. but you won't experience much if you just use 1/8 of a teaspoon. But you can just try it out and see how it goes. So the ratio is half a teaspoon ascorbic acid, 1/4 or 1/8 teaspoon malic acid, 1/4 teaspoon baking soda, and one half a teaspoon, or it can be 1/4 teaspoon glycine as well. And just be careful when you use the protocol. You have to stay hydrated. If you become irritated or you feel irritated because the liver is activated, you can use essential oils to change that state. Good essential oils for irritation would be lavender, of course. Palo Santo is another one. Anise is a good oil for calming irritation. Frankincense, uh, rosemary. These are all oils that are good for irritation. Spearmint is very good if your irritation is coupled with depression. The mint family essential oils are great for that. So spearmint or peppermint essential oil would be great to uplift, but you have to use them still with other oils for the irritation. So you can diffuse the oils, or you can use them topically for irritation. You can even use them on top of the liver area. If you feel irritation, you can use the Palo Santo, anise, or the rosemary on top of the liver area, and that will help a lot with the irritation. But I just want to warn you that when you use anything to help the liver, or if you have a liver issue that is already existing, you can experience irritation, aggravation, anger. These are all, or stagnation. You can also feel stagnant, confined. You feel like you're bound to a situation. You want to get out of a situation and you can't. These are all liver issues. This drink also helps the kidneys with the baking soda and the vitamin C, and you might experience just frequent urination and just evacuations in general because it helps with the kidneys as well. And this drink is great because it helps with the organs of elimination, the kidney and the liver and the stomach as well. So if you have any questions, or if you have any comments, or you have a detox drink that you use to help with the healing crisis or health reaction, or just dealing with chronic illness, please share it down below the video, and see you guys on the next video. Bye.